Hey there, this is Ed Beard again with the Employer's Edge, and we've had some pretty remarkable success with an approach on getting people to actually hit deadlines. There's a couple of different kinds of deadline missers, you might say. The habitual deadline misser who doesn't really care about deadlines, dates anyways. The deadline you gave them for a project, they had no intention in the first place of ever hitting that deadline because they don't really care about deadlines. It's not what they even think about. And the second kind of person where some circumstance of some kind came up during the day and they forced them to miss a deadline. Perhaps they had a software go down, someone didn't show up for work for a week, or maybe they got a deliverable from another department that was inaccurate and they had to go ahead and send that back, and they had to wait for that type of deliverable in order to make their own decisions. But either way, they missed a deadline. Okay, so here's how we've approached this. This has really had some meaningful impact to get people to understand the importance of making dates. But I want to just caution you to really consider if this type of approach is going to work within your culture. Okay, so let's just take yourself in a staff meeting, a team meeting, where people who miss dates are involved in that meeting. Go through all the different projects and the statuses and where are we on this and that, and budgets and decisions that are going to be made and who's going to do what. And then when you talk about the particular project that missed a date, have the date misser explain to you the reason or excuse that they have for missing that date. And they'll say stuff like, look, we didn't really plan on missing the date. It's just that something went down and we missed the date, but we're doing the best we can and we'll get it done the next chance or the first chance we have. So actually write that down. So it's okay to miss the date, you're saying, as long as you're doing the best you can and you're going to get it done for the company the first chance that you can to have it done. And they'll say, yes, exactly right, I'll get it done first chance. Or the habitual person that says, well, I'll get it done when I can get it done. And so you write down, so just whenever you can get it done is good enough. And they go, yeah, I'll get it done when I can get it done. I got a lot of stuff to do. I'll get it done when I can get it done. Got it. Get it done when I can get it done. Very important, you solidify the excuse, the reason that they use for missing that deadline. Have to get that solidly understood. Now, here's what you do. At the end of your staff meeting, just let them know, hey, one more housekeeping issue I want to let everyone know about. The payroll company that the company uses to process all of our paychecks, they had a little bit of a software glitch, I guess, from what I understand. We're not going to get paid this Friday. But don't worry about it. We're going to get paid. It's not an issue. They said the latest that we'll get our paychecks, they'll try for next Wednesday, but the latest is next Friday. You'll get your check. It just might be a week late. And just watch people flip out. Oh no, we can't. We got all our automatic withdrawals set up. It's not right. You can't miss our paycheck period. That's just not right. Oh, okay. Let me back up here a minute. Now you, as the leader of this group, regurgitating to them. Did I just hear you say it was okay to miss a date as long as you're doing the best you can and you'll get it done first chance? Didn't I just hear you say that's an acceptable reason to miss a deadline? Well, did I just hear you say that? People go, well, yeah, but this is our paycheck. Well, you're going to get your paycheck. It's just you're not going to get it on the date. It's not as though we're going to miss the paycheck. But what I heard you say is you'll do it when you can do it. And that is an acceptable reason for missing a deadline. Is that what I heard you say? Well, yeah. If we're missing deadlines for the company, okay, so it's okay to miss a deadline for the company. But if the company misses a deadline for you, well, that's no longer acceptable now, is it? Well, that's no longer acceptable for you, is it? So do you see how you are holding the company to a higher standard for deadlines than what you are holding yourself? And they kind of get to understand that on a personal level, and it's really been an eye-opener for people. And they start to think, yeah, I do hold the company to a higher standard than I hold myself. And they do get to think that the excuses they use for missing deadlines for the company is not acceptable to them when the company misses a deadline for them. And so get them to pick one. So let me ask you this, and I jump in and out of role play here all the time. So let me get you to make a decision here. Is missing the deadline because you're doing the best you can. Is that acceptable? Because if it's acceptable for you missing a deadline for the company, it has to also be acceptable for the company to miss a deadline for you. So pick one. It's acceptable or it's not. Which one is it? Okay, I'll do the best I can. Great, well then the company will do the best they can too to get you paid, but they can't guarantee anything. Is that what you want? No, we gotta get our paycheck on time, right? Well then, you have to perform for the organization on time as well. Hold yourself to the same standard that you hold the company. Is that something you're willing to do? And then they finally go, yeah, because you hit them on a personal level where they have a disparity in their standards. They hold the company to a higher standard than they hold themselves, and that is not integrity. And you really hit them on a personal level, and that is how we have been able to get people to understand the importance of hitting dates. Something you might consider. It's really been remarkably effective. Something you might consider. Hope that helped.